All right, we're gonna go do something special today. You know I'm always looking for something special to do with you. You take care of me, I take care of you. Problem is, that special thing is in New York, and I'm not in New York. So we gotta figure out how to get to New York. All right, we did make it to New York. Let's go find the fun stuff. Welcome back to Free to Roam, everyone. I'm glad you're here. Allow me to officially welcome you on today's journey, which will actually start in earnest here in New York's JFK Airport. American Airlines has several lounges in JFK, but today we will be going to what is supposedly their best, the Chelsea Lounge. People tend to disagree on whether this is truly American's best lounge in JFK, and I haven't had the opportunity to try the others, so I won't be entering that battle today. What I can say, however, is that the Chelsea Lounge is definitely the most exclusive American Airlines lounge in JFK. There are really only two ways to gain access. You either gotta have American's invite-only status level, which they call concierge key, and be flying on a qualifying American Airlines flight, or be flying internationally in American's flagship first cabin. However, there is a third option, which does not involve flying internationally, and I'll talk about that later in the video. All right, so we've made our way to the Chelsea Lounge here at JFK. Supposedly one of the more exclusive ones, only reserved for first class international passengers. But I don't have my passport. How did I even get in here? Guess we'll find out. The lounge itself was truly stunning and certainly did feel high class. Now, of course, the first thing I did was make my way over to the seating area for the a la carte restaurant. Everything on the menu is included for no extra charge, including adult beverages. For me though, I went with the local sourdough with black garlic butter, then moved on to the fried chicken schnitzel sliders, and finally ended with a divine slice of ricotta cheesecake. I was able to show a rare moment of restraint since I plan to eat on the plane too. In my view, this is what a lounge should be. I don't think I've seen more than 20 people in here since we've gotten here. I have to talk really, really quietly because it's so quiet in here. Just want to do a check-in with you real quick. You didn't skip ahead in the video, did you? You don't already know what we're doing, do you? You wouldn't do that, would you? I'm watching you. If you weren't totally creeped out by that, then I must thank you for sticking around. You're the kind of people I want to stay close to, so please don't forget to like and subscribe to help me grow my channel. As we begin to board this bird, let me tell you about an extremely exciting development, which is my newly launched travel planning service. Travel agents aren't just for your grandparents anymore. They're a great way to make sure you're getting the best deal on your travel and will handle any issues that arise before, during, or after your trip to give you peace of mind. And it's all at no cost to you. So head on over to freetoroamtravel.com or click the link in the description below to be taken to my website, where you'll find the magic button that will whisk you away to my travel consultation request form, and I'll get started on creating your dream trip. Okay, I think I've kept you waiting long enough. For the tens of you that didn't skip ahead in the video, we are taking a really special flight today. It's the only domestic lie-flat first class available in the United States. That's right, we're going to experience American Airlines Flagship First Class. I'm super excited for this one. This flight will take us from New York to San Francisco on a 10-year-old Airbus A321T with the T designation to show that this is one of American's transcontinental aircraft, which has 3 distinct cabins: Flagship First, Flagship Business, and Economy Class. The flight itself takes around 6.5 hours, which is basically like going from New York to London.
All right, which one of you's guessed it and which one of you's cheated? And I know you all guessed it. I know I got the smartest viewers on YouTube. I believe in you. But yes, that's right. We are on American Airlines Flagship First Class from JFK to San Francisco. And you're like, oh, it's just another business class, transcontinental experience. What's so special about this? Well, who knows how much longer you can fly this? It was supposed to be discontinued in late 2024, and they're still flying it, so who knows? Could be gone at any time now, so find one of the routes that does it if you want to do it. I believe they fly a lot of them out of Boston and New York to the West Coast, so get on over there. What are you waiting on?
American's Transcon Flagship First cabin is split into a 1-1 configuration. Now, you'll have to temper your expectations on this a bit and remember where we are. This isn't going to come close to other international first-class cabins that I'm sure you've seen. And honestly, there's much work to do to compete with the business class cabins on the likes of Emirates and Qatar, to name a few. But I'd argue that traveling domestically in the United States, you'll be hard-pressed to find a more comfortable ride than this. American is currently in the process of phasing out this transcontinental first class. So if you want to experience it, make sure you get it while you can. At my seat were some amenities that you'd expect on a long-haul flight, like a pillow and a blanket and a pretty sweet Flagship branded amenity kit. Pre-departure beverages were offered, and I chose a nice, refreshing, sparkling water with lemon. Cheers, my friends, as we head to SFO.
Safely on your way. To buckle your...
It's really disappointing, actually, that they're going to be getting rid of it. I think it's been really fun so far. It was delightful to be able to go to the Chelsea Lounge and not have a 12-hour flight ahead of me. The seat is it's more of a business class seat. I wouldn't really call it first class. There's a business class cabin in the back of this behind us over here. And so this is interesting in that it's a 1-1 configuration, a narrow body. I'd say the seat is a hybrid between business and first class. It's quite wider and a lot more space than other business classes that I've been on. And I love that extra space. Making great use of it. I love that there's this absolutely massive counter right here. I mean, that it's so easy to store all the crap that I bring with me on a plane. I don't know if you guys are light packers or not. I typically only bring a carry-on and a book bag, but I do have those filled quite to the brim. I think that we have finally started to level out about after 2 hours of just getting tossed around left and right and here. So hopefully that means dinner's coming soon, and I will show that to you guys when I can. You know, I really think American kind of gets a bad rap when compared to the other U.S. carriers, but I've flown American a lot recently, and I've had some really good experiences, actually. I think maybe they are kind of aware of the reputation and are working a little bit harder to fix it. But I found that I've had really pleasant experiences, and I have no issues flying them again in the future at all. So yeah, I will be sad to see this go. American is the only U.S. carrier with a true first class, as opposed to just having international business class. And so sad to see that go. A lot of airlines are going that route, but I'm still a fan of the true first class. And I think you can make a differentiation between first class and business class and make that special for passengers and make that a value proposition. So I hope that we see the pendulum swing the other way and other airlines really take up another first class model.
All right, after going through some decent turbulence for the first couple hours of the flight, it was finally time to get the tray table out and get to feasting. We started off with a warm towel, which I still don't really know what to do with, before my tablecloth was set down. Flagship First has their own menu, which is supposedly more elevated than business class, but as you'll soon see, it looks like business class food. Food service began with some warm nuts and olives, and I freaking love olives. I wish more airlines would serve them. Next up, I was given my small plate of choice, the smoked salmon, the seasonal green salad, and the classic beer cheese soup to start all at once. Next up was my main entree of choice, the lamb cutlets with a mustard and pistachio pesto crust. And to round things out, I chose the gooey butter cake, because how could you not? Overall, the food was borderline good. It definitely wasn't great, but there were some highlights like the beer cheese soup and the gooey butter cake. It feels like the appropriate time to dig into this amenity kit. Have I mentioned that I love this bag? First to step up to the plate was a black and gold branded eye mask. Next up was the all-important dental kit so you don't get stanky breath. After that was some Relevant branded lip balm and some Joanna Vargas branded lotion. I guess Miss Vargas doesn't do lip balm. And then finally we had some earplugs. Not a bad haul, although I really only cared about the bag it came in. To make your time more cozy in the air, we were also provided with some slippers that are always too small for my giant feet, and a pillow and a blanket. Now, when you have a 6.5 hour flight, you can only raw dog the flight map for so long before you start to go crazy. Luckily, American does have in-flight entertainment available via the pop-out touchscreen. Nothing really special to touch on here, it was pretty standard. What isn't standard though, and angers me to no end with American, is that you have to pay for Wi-Fi, which is considerably expensive even in their so-called flagship first product. Having to pay $29 for Wi-Fi in American's most premium cabin is truly absurd to me. Alright, now that I'm all worked up from getting angry about the internet, I need to relax and lie down for a bit. Good thing this seat lies fully flat then. See, I told you the slippers are never big enough for me. After relaxing for a bit, I noticed something peeking out at me from over the seat back in front of me. Could it be? Yes, it was a glorious snack basket filled to the brim. For me, I went for some corn chips. They also gave us warm cookies as we began to make our descent into San Francisco. Enjoy the views as we pass over Nevada and into California. American Airlines domestic flagship first is a complicated product for me. On one hand, I really enjoy that it exists. I think airlines should experiment more with first class and offer a true luxury product, even on domestic flights. On the other hand, I can't say that there was really anything first class about this product. Everything from the seat to the service to the food, it was all really just business class. And not even, one of the best business classes at that price point. So I don't know that I would ever pay for this out of pocket. I used points for this one. It was 50,000 American Airlines points, which I think was a relatively good deal. I'm happy with that purchase. But I don't know that I would go out of my way to pay extra for this service. If I were to pay for this, I would probably just do the business class. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, though. I want to hear from you. And thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.